Hello everybody. Today my recipe is to make homemade tortillas, which is a very easy recipe, and most of you should have these ingredients available at home because it's nothing special. It's some flour, baking powder, salt, water and a bit of oil. So let me start. So I have got 250 grams of plain flour, and to that I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil. So that's 1, that's 2. And I have also got some baking powder. This is optional. You can add half a teaspoon of baking powder if you wish to. It's supposed to make the tortilla slightly fluffier, but it's not necessary. But I'm going to add it today because I have tried it without and it's okay. So I will check the difference once the baking powder is added. And I'm going to add half a teaspoon of salt. So that's half a teaspoon of salt. And then I'm just going to mix it first before I add the water. I have got 150 ml of warm water. I'm going to mix it into the dough, make it into dough now. You will need a little bit more flour, maybe about 3-4 tablespoons just for dusting when you're rolling it out. But at the moment, I'm just going to mix it. And after I have mixed everything together, I'm going to give it a little bit of a knead. You don't have to knead this for long, probably about 5 minutes, because this is not a high rising dough. After you knead the dough, what you need to do is put it into a little bowl, cover it with a tea towel and let it rest for about 15 minutes before rolling out. This dough makes about 6 medium-sized tortillas. So if you want to increase it to double, you can get about 10 to 12 depending on the size you want them to be. So I think I've kneaded it for about 5 minutes and I'm going to just let it rest covered with a tea towel for about 15 minutes. So it's not a sticky dough now anymore. You can see that, right? And I'm going to put this in this bowl and let it rest for 15 minutes. Hello everybody, I'm back in 15 minutes and that is the dough now, okay? So I'm going to cut this dough into 6 portions which will make 6 tortillas. And make them into little rough balls. And now I'm going to spread some flour on a clean kitchen surface to roll it out. So you can dust the ball slightly with a bit of flour as well, because it will help it not to stick. Let me get the rolling pin. So I'm going to roll it out now. You need not roll it out to a specific size, but thickness of the tortilla should be about 2 millimeters. You may not have an exact circle, but it doesn't matter. If you want exact circles, you can, if you have a big cutter, you can use that, or you can put a little plate over it and cut around it, but it's not necessary. So that is my rolled out tortilla. You can make it on one of those Indian tawas or non-stick pan, or if you have a solid hot plate, like a cooking hot plate, you can do it on that, or on a big fry pan on the gas stove. These tortillas can be half cooked with very slight golden color little patches on it, and you can cool it and freeze it up to 3 months, and it keeps very well. Or in the fridge, you can make them and put them into a airtight bag and keep them for up to a week. Should be fine. Tortillas are very versatile because you can serve them with any sort of curry, or they make beautiful wraps for chicken or minced beef mixture, and you can also use them for Mexican type dishes where you can use it with chili con carne, or even as a snack. You can cut it into small bits and serve it with some salsa sauce, toasting it slightly in the oven for about 10 minutes. They make nice chips. They're called tortilla chips then. I'm going to cook this for you now and show you how it turns out. So let me show you how I'm going to cook it. So this is my heated hot plate, which is easy for me to show you, and I'm going to put my rolled out tortilla on it now. It's a very easy recipe. Let me show you. There are some bubbles appearing on it. You can see it nicely. You can see the little bubbles appearing, and once it develops a few golden spots on it, you can remove it, cool it and freeze it if you're not going to be using it. But if not, you can also dab it with a little bit of butter, and it tastes delicious then. You can eat it with curry. You can also break an egg into a bowl, mix it up with a tiny bit of salt, whisk it, and you can put the egg mixture and like fold it into half, and children will love it. You can see it's developing soft golden spots on it. Probably will take about 5 minutes for each one of them, and a little bit on the high heat, but make sure if your pan is not a non-stick pan, just to put like a dash of oil on it. So this is cooked now, you can see. So these are my 2 home-baked tortillas. And I have got a little bit of Mexican type minced meat. So you can have it with pulse and ball, curry, egg, anything really. Quite a versatile dish. And for an adult, I think 2 will be maximum for a lady, and maybe 3 for a guy. So I hope you enjoy them. And please leave a thumbs up if you like the recipe, or any comments. Thank you.